Hello everyone. So today we will be discussing about acid rain. Acid rain is one of the most important parts that we should know while discussing about pollution, mostly air pollution and water pollution. So in this context, it should be very clear that acid rain is not only related to air pollution, it is also related to water pollution. So what is acid rain? So let us start. Acid rain is basically one very dangerous phenomenon that is created by us. Us means the automobiles, the heavy industries, where various toxic gases are produced. So, what is toxic gases? Toxic gases, as we discussed earlier, it is the sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, carbon monoxide, these things. So, how does it create acid rain? It creates acid rain by adding those poisonous gases in rainwater. So let us understand what do you mean by mixing of gases in rainwater? We can easily understand mixing of some poison or any pollutants in pond water, river water, in sea water, any stored water that are present in our ground. So how does it happen that acid rain can even create those dangerous situation and it is being done in air? That means acid rain is getting formulated, getting composed in air. So let us begin with the definition. In terms of definition, we can tell that acid rain is simple rainwater which contains some acidic. As I told before, various poisonous gases like carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide are mixed with rainwater. So, if carbon monoxide is mixed with rainwater, it will be form carbonic acid. Chemical formula is H2CO3. And if nitrogen dioxide NO2 is mixed with water, it will form HNO3. It is called nitric acid in chemical wise. And if the gas is sulfur dioxide, SO2, chemical formula wise, then SO2 will mix with rainwater and it will form H2SO4. SO2 plus H2O is equal to H2SO4. It is called sulfuric acid. So all those acids like sulfuric acid, nitric acid, carbonic acid, they are being composed in air along with mixing of rainwater. Rainwater means pure water we are considering. That is H2O, hydrogen dioxide. Then it is mixing with those gases, and when the droplets are coming, we are getting simply acidic water. Acidic water means pH is very low, maybe 4, 5, something like that. So it is acidic. So come to this slide. What is acid rain? Rain with lower than normal pH. So as we discussed in introductory part, the acid rain means presence of acid in rain. So if the acid is present in rain water, rain means I am meaning rainwater. The pH of the rainwater will be going down. Number two, pollutants from industrial process, automobiles, and energy generation lower the pH. How? How do they lower the pH? By adding those poisonous gases in rainwater. And everything this process is getting done in air. Do not make confusion that rainwater means we are mixing something in ground. No, the entire procedure is happening in air. That means in vapor state. Next, combustion of fossil fuel. These are basically cause of acid rain. Combustion of fossil fuel means SO2, NO2, CO will obviously be present over there. And These gases are mixing with the acid rain and forming acidic rain, which is having lower pH. Now, which pollutants? SO2, SO3, NO2, small amount of HCl, volatile organic gases, carbon monoxide. These gases are responsible for creating acid rain. Now, come to the next slide. Cause of acid rain. There are basically natural causes and anthropogenic causes. Natural causes means volcanic emission, though it is very rare that we are having volcanic emission now. Some Japan, some Canada, it is there. The amount is very low. Then biological process, various decomposition of dead bodies. These things happens in forest or in natural environment. It can also cause some amount of natural poisonous gases, which can later on mix with rainwater and form acid rain. And lightning. Lightning means thunderstorm. It can create some chemical reactions by which some reactions can happen and that can ultimately lead to acid rain. But one thing make it very sure that natural causes are very, very less, about 5% around, if we consider actual reason of acid rain. So what is caused by us, by human beings? Next part, it is factories, motor vehicles, automobile exhaust, coal-based power plant, very important. Domestic fires, smelters. Domestic fires are also important, like bonfire, cooking for fire for cooking. All of these things are burning of some biological components like wood, fossil fuels are involved. There will obviously be some amount of toxic gases produced from them. Next, cause of acid rain. Basically, these are only cause of acid rain. Burning fuel, burning petrol, burning gases for cooking, for domestic purpose, domestic utilities. Most important cause is, most powerful cause is, reason is burning coal. Burning coal is, though it is to some extent reduced nowadays due to the use of various eco-friendly techniques. So still it is there. And due to our increasing level of consciousness, we are reducing this kind of use day by day. A very good example is use of electric vehicle. But when I am telling electric vehicle, make it very sure that the electric vehicle which you are charging by using any any electricity that is generated by fossil fuel or diesel or by burning coal is not actually helping our environment. But if we can recharge the electric vehicle with the help of solar energy, thermal energy, or any type of renewable energy, then only we can tell that actually benefit of our environment is happening. Otherwise, there is no use. You buy an electric car and use fossil fuel generated electricity to recharge it, and you are telling it is a clean source where I am going towards clean energy. It is not clean energy. It is only clean energy when you are using renewable source to charge your automobiles. Or it may be automobiles, it may be mobile, it may be even your laptops, camera, anything. So source should be renewable source. It is not like that use. Source is also important. However, it is one example of natural causes of acid rain, volcanic erosion, as I told you before. But amount of this pollution is very, very less. But it is still there to some extent in world. It is lightning. As I told you before, lightning or thunderstorm creates photochemical reaction by which some amount of poisonous gases can be created, which later on produces acid rain. Now, effects of acid rain, effects on human being, effects on plants, effects on building and structures, effect on soil quality, effect on water quality, effects on animal and birds. Among those effects, effects on plants, soil, water, and animals are very, very devastating. Why? When acid rains are dropping from sky, acid rain means they are having lower pH. It is small amount of acid is present over there. They are directly falling down on leaves. If the leaves are very young, they will be hampered. They will get some problem. They will not grow naturally. Suppose you have a paddy field, you have grown some amount of plants, and in the meantime, some acid rain happens. What will happen? Due to the presence of some acid present in that water, some amount of plants will get some disease or their natural growth may be hampered. And for soil quality, it will reduce the soil pH. Very dangerous. Some plants may be tolerant to pH, but some plants may not be much of tolerant toward pH. So, non-tolerant plants towards pH may get hampered due to the presence of acid rain. Acid rain means indirectly you can tell due to the creation of lower pH in soil. Next, water quality. Fishes do not like acidic water. Make it very clear. So, due to acid rain, if the water quality becomes acidic, then small fish, especially, will not survive. They may die. As a result, there will be a huge dropout towards our economy because fishing food, fish is a very good source of our food and is a very good source of income for various people in our country. Next, effect of water quality. Suppose due to acid rain, a pond water, a river water getting acidic, and we are using that water for our domestic or any other purpose. That means we are indirectly getting harmed by this kind of water quality. And effects of animals and birds, those who are drinking that water, taking bath with that water, all of them are affected. That means their metabolism, their digestive system, their immunity may be hampered due to the presence of acid rain in water. So these are the most dangerous effects of acid rain, all of us. So in one line, if we can tell that acid rain creates some problem to our entire ecosystem and to our entire living beings, it will be perfect justification. Now, effects of acid rain, you can look at the example Taj Mahal. Due to the presence of acid, Taj Mahal is made up of some stone, which is basically calcium carbonate, CaCO3, chemical formula. We should know some chemical formula as well. So this calcium carbonate may get degraded or may fade their actual color in presence of acid in rain. So you can look at the picture. Actual color of acid Taj Mahal is very bright white, but due to acid rain, it becomes yellowish. Though you will not see this kind of things nowadays because people are regularly cleaning it to get back its original form. So without any treatment, Taj Mahal will be yellowish due to acid rain. And it is not good for Taj Mahal. Not only Taj Mahal, for any monument that has been made by stone, it is very, very dangerous if acid rain falls on it on regular basis. And interestingly, city like Delhi, Mumbai, Calcutta, Hyderabad, New York, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Paris, London, where lots of acid rain is there on regular basis because those highly metropolitan cities are full of automobiles, industries, where lots of SO2, NO2, CO, these poisonous gases are being produced on regular basis, and they are mixing with acid rain. They are mixing with acid rain water and forming acid rain. So this is a very important part where we should be very much careful about. So next come monuments or any structure. Sulfur dioxide means SO2. When it mixes with acid rain, it forms sulfuric acid, H2SO4. Its chemical formula. So it can corrode, or it can decay, or it can eat up some amount of stone even from the actual structure. So their beautification may be destroyed. As you can see in this image, we can clearly see some amount of corrosion to this stone structure, which is caused by acid rain. Which part of acid rain is mostly responsible for that? Sulfur dioxide. That means SO2, and when SO2 is mixing with H2O water, it is forming H2SO4, sulfuric acid. This sulfuric acid is making this kind of problem to this structure. So it is not good for any type of monuments event, and it is reducing the beautification of our structure. Next, effects of acid rain on human: respiratory problem, asthma, dry cough, headaches, and throat infections. Everything can happen due to acid rain. Leaching of toxins from soil by acid rain be absorbed by plants and animals. When considering those toxins, humans are immensely polluted. Humans are immensely affected with the presence of such acid rain, which is again not a good thing for our society, for our health. Especially children, young children are getting affected due to the presence of such acid rain. Brain damage, kidney damage, this can also happen if we continuously consume acid rain infected water, which is very much common in village side, in countryside, where people still use normal well water for regular drinking and domestic purpose. That should be very much, we should be very much careful about that. Effects of soil, as I told you before, it increases the soil pH. And if soil pH increases, what will happen? If soil pH increases, then automatically plants that are present in the soil will be affected, and some plants may die. As a result, you will not get 100% profit from the cultivation, because automatically production of crops will be going down if acid rain infected soil is present over there. So we should be very much careful about acid rain and how to take care of this. There is no direct method, but we should be careful about reducing overall pollution level from our environment. Then only we can control acid rain. Otherwise, there is no simple, easy, or quick step to control acid rain. You can see effects of acid rain in common water, suppose a river water or pond water. Fish can die. Fish can easily die if the water is acidic. That means acidic water is very much dangerous for any type of fish, not only fish, but also for any type of aquatic animals. It is equally dangerous. That means aquatic environment of the water or water ecosystem of pond, river can be tremendously affected due to presence of acid rain. Result: when soil is contaminated, certain arable production stops. That means, suppose we not only use soil for planting trees, we use soil to make bricks, we use soil to make some walls sometimes in village side, we make soil to make dams on rivers sometimes, we make soil to make some sculpture. So many ways we can use our mother nature, and soil is one of the important part of it. And if the soil is infected by this acid rain, all of those things can be hampered immensely. And along with that, our social, economical structure may collapse. Acid rain also minimizes the use of soil in certain level for any purpose. like buildings, sculptures, stone objects that are also affected, or Mother Nature, which is based on soil, are also getting affected. So soil pollution is indirectly affected by acid rain. And interesting, if soil is affected, then our total ecosystem will be affected. Why? Let us understand it very clearly. Soil means what? Soil means actually indirectly you can tell our food source. Without soil, can you produce any food? No. Because without soil, plants will not grow. And without plants, our total food chain will collapse. Because plants are the primary source of each and every living beings present on this earth. And, and what are the main thing plants need? Plants need good quality fertile soil. And if these soils are contaminated, what will happen? If these soils are contaminated, then plants will not grow. And if plants will not grow, what will eat? Suppose plant is being eaten by a deer. The tiger is eating the deer. Then if plants are not there, how deer will survive? Then animal will survive? No. Animal will, sorry, tiger will survive? No. Tiger will also not survive. That means what? The entire food chain will be corrupted. Entire food chain will be destroyed. Entire food chain will be broken down if soil pollution can happen. And it is very much related to the acid rain. So acid rain plays an important role in our day-to-day life. May not be indirectly, but indirectly, it is very much important for our daily life, not only for our daily lives, to save our entire ecosystem. Now you can see growth can also happen due to acid rain because if acid rain is present over there, trees will be destroyed. And you know, all of you know, we know that trees welcomes, brings rain. Till trees helps to get rain. And if trees are not there due to the presence of acidic soil, then rain will automatically stop. So there will be drought. So everything in nature is interrelated. Keep this one in your mind that everything in our mother nature is interrelated. We have very good relation with each and every animals, each and every creation of our world. It may be living beings, like that living beings means the biotic things, like all animals, birds, and it may be abiotic things. Abiotic means non-living things, like sunlight. Now you can ask the question, how is it possible that we have very good relation with abiotic things? Yes, we have. We have tremendous relationship with sunlight, with water, with air, with oxygen, all of these things. Because without these things, you will not survive a single moment. Remember, we can survive couple of days, maybe at least couple of hours without food, without water. But can we survive couple of days or couple of hours or couple of minutes without oxygen? No. Even a fraction of a few seconds, we cannot survive without oxygen. For your knowledge, I am telling that if our brain is lacking oxygen for maybe 1 second or less than 1 second, our brain will damage. Some cells in our brain will damage. That means what? Even if for a few seconds, fraction of seconds, we are not getting oxygen, that even triggers our brain cell to die. Then who is more powerful? Which thing we need first? We need oxygen. And who will give you oxygen? Your friends, parents, nobody can give you oxygen. Only the green plants surrounding you can give you certain amount of oxygen. And due to the presence of acids in soil, acids where it is coming from? It is coming from acid rain. The plants can die. So to make our own survival, we should reduce acid rain as much as possible. So what is acid rain? In conclusion, we can tell release toxic metals into the forest that stands into the growth of trees. So release of this thing can cause acid rain. Now, last things, how to control acid rain. We should control acid rain by our own activities. First of all, we should be very much conscious about what we are doing. We should reduce burning of fossil fuel. We should go more towards renewable energy source. We should stop our car engines whenever possible. It means what? It is purely consciousness. See, what we are doing is secondary, but what we are thinking is primary. Because what we are thinking, according to that, we will work. But so we are doing work according to our thought process. So in our thought process, if we are very much conscious, then our activities will also be according to them. That is why the awareness is more important than our action, than our direct action. Action is also important, but first we should be conscious about it. What about to reduce emission of SO2, NO2, CO, poisonous gases? And we should not throw garbage here and there. Very important. And we should teach it to our youngsters so that they can also help to reduce some toxic from our nature. So, in conclusion, we can tell that acid rain is a dangerous phenomenon that is happening in almost any cities in our modern metropolitan world. So, more and more we are going towards our civilized area. More and more we are we are creating acid rain due from industries, automobiles, etc. It is not like that we should stop industry at altogether. No, it is not like that. But what we can do, we can reduce the use of such pollutants, some poisonous gases, some petrols, and replace it with renewable energy source. So, in one line, if we can conclude, we can tell acid rain is a dangerous phenomenon which can intoxicate the acid rain and the rainwater which is coming business acid, and it is damaging entire ecosystem, entire living things. So we should control it by our awareness and by reducing the use of fossil fuel. So that is all for today. Thank you everyone. So in next lecture we will discuss another topic. Bye bye.